Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the King Leo Show. How we doing tonight? How you doing, J Boss? See you there. Hang on. Ooh-wee. Oh, these lights. How you doing, sir? Exciting show today. No call-ins today. Unless we get some South Carolinians in here, I might want to hear what they have to say about this whole thing. Let's check. Good evening. How's our audio? How's the audio? Audio is good. All right. Welcome to the pre-show, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Brother, you gotta check this out, man. I didn't even notice when this happened, because with YouTube you get notifications or whatever, but you miss them still. Dude, you gotta check this out. You gotta check out Alex the Mechanic pissed people off, man. This was pretty cool. This is the first time I've seen him start to make people angry. Check this out. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this one. Here we go. Where is it? New Alex the Mechanic video, by the way. But no, look at this. Look at this. So for a tiny channel, which is Alex the Mechanic, given that it's new, we had a lot of anger over Alex's take of Thomas Massey. Check this out. Sort by newest. This dude took the short bus to school. Who, Massey? You confirmed my suspicion. Sorry, I'm not some rich kid that got to go to Liberty University. Oh man, great stuff. I think we got someone here. We got someone good here. Why can't I see? Hang on one second. I'm trying to see the chat. There we go. Let's see. Dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at how angry. MAGA and patriotism is an oxymoron. Trump knows more than anyone else. Anyone as well. Jesus Christ, you are delusional. I'll pray for you. Just amazing. You are a Neanderthal. You should not be trusted to dress yourself, let alone handle anything important, and you actively protect PDF files. Brother, Alex the Mechanic is just a mechanic. Listen, oh, we got a new sub. Great. I don't know, that was J-Boss. Dude, check out the new video, this one here. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. I almost was like, it's getting somewhat blackfacey. I have to be careful. Everyone wants a participation trophy. Nowadays, I've heard a whole lot of people say this. The boomers say it. The Gen Xers say it. Even the millennials are saying it about these young... I even put it in my teeth. Look, I put it in my teeth. I don't know if this actually happens when you work on cars or whatever, but this is just, it's getting crazier and crazier, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Alex the Mechanic. Check out his videos. I've never seen him in the same room as me. Great stuff. I'm very excited to see how pissed off he's made all these people. And drop this link in here. All right. It's 10 o'clock. Welcome to the King Leo Show, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? How are you, sir? Tonight, we have to talk about Nancy Mace. We haven't talked about Nancy Mace in a long time. Nancy Mace. I remember that from years ago. Nancy Mace. The biggest attention whore in Congress, and that's saying a lot. She is, for anyone that's uninitiated, probably one of the craziest people in Congress. Probably the most self-aggrandizing. And I know what I'm going to hear, especially from the New Yorkers. They're going to be like, what about AOC?
Shut up, man. Man, listen. You ain't got to say.
Listen. What are you talking about, man? AOC is cool. This is some lady who's pushing 50, who's still with her tits out. She is crazy. She is genuinely a crazy person. I can't even call her a Baudrillardian. Baudrillardians check in, because I think she's just straight up crazy. I think she is a crazy woman, Nancy Mace. So I'm very excited to talk to her. But before we even get to the show, we've been saving this, man. Doesn't someone want to watch a little bit more Vivek Ramaswamy cringe? Don't we love Vivek cringe? Let's watch a couple minutes of Vivek cringe for everyone. Thank you, sir. Let's watch some Vivek cringe. Because I forgot how this campaign is going. We'll check after we watch a little bit here. Let's see this guy here, what he's doing.
Country first, or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
All right, Mr.
In which case, we've got two of them on stage.
Mr. Ramaswamy, thank you. Senator Scott.
David, and I don't say this in an ill-spirited way at all. Just getting to the truth of it, you are like dripping with the viscosity of sanctimony as you ask this question.
No, that's an ad hominem, Vivek. That's unfair. I think you don't want to answer the question. That's to attack me. It's an obvious question. If there's a machine in a managerial class, someone must be involved. There must be someone.
That's your assertion, David. I mean, Nick, if you can't.
Well, hang on.
The what? I forgot about this one. I don't even like David Pakman. Let's listen to what he said real quick.
In an ill-spirited way at all, just getting to the truth of it, you are like dripping with the viscosity of sanctimony as you ask this.
The viscosity of sanctimony? What market research told you that was going to play well? What a disgusting freak. Let's continue.
Between where Israel is and the U.S. assertion, David. I mean, Nick, if you can't tell the difference between where Israel is and the U.S. is on a map, I can have my 3-year-old son show you the difference.
He has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence, not her positions, her basic intelligence. She doesn't know regions. She wouldn't be able to find something on a map that his 3-year-old could find. Look, if you want to disagree on issues, that's fine. And Nikki and I disagree on some issues. What we don't disagree on is this is a smart, accomplished woman. You should stop insulting.
Oh my God, dude, this is, I really, all of them have lost their abilities after Trump. Chris Christie used to have a little bit of that fat guy suave. Now he's out here white knighting. Just what a disgusting thing. Both of these parties, but the Republicans especially. It's the grifters versus the psychos in the Republican Party.
Nikki is corrupt.
Governor Haley, would you like to respond?
No, it's not worth my time to respond to him.
Yeah, I want to be clear about my position. I'm super pro-human, and I mean all humans. Humans in America, humans in
Somebody's
Africa,
got their thing
Asia,
open.
and everywhere
Somebody's
else.
got their phone open in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's Vivek. That's your phone, Vivek. I'm not able to mute you. Vivek. Perfect. Go ahead, Elon.
Sorry about that.
So,
He's such a disgusting man. He's so gross. This is unacceptable.
well, I hope you feel better.
I feel great. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. If you had told me that January 6th was in any way an inside job, the subject of government entrapment, I would have told you that was crazy talk. Fringe conspiracy theory nonsense. I can tell you now, having gone somewhat deep in this, it's not. I will withdraw. I pledge to withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot unless and until Trump's name is restored. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie and Nikki Haley do the same thing, or else these Republicans...
That's enough. That's enough. Wow. Wow. I'm disgusted by it. I don't even know why he's doing this anymore. Who gave him this idea?
He could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu. That's it.
Who gave it to him? Let's see how he's doing. Vivek. He beat that Casey guy. Did not like him too much. Personally. I really don't understand who is voting for this guy, what it is about him. I don't understand his hairstylist. What's wrong with his hairstyle? Let's see this. Where is it? Ohio. We have to look up Ohio. How is he doing? Because this is an opportunity to get back on these races. 54%. Vivek, more than likely to win. J-Boss says, to rehearse viscosity of sanctimony. I don't even know what that means, man. I don't even know what that means. What was he trying to say there? That you're sanctimonious? All Vivek Ramaswamy does is copy Donald Trump, but without any of the swagger or look or anything. It's just terrible. And here we have the Democrat rising in ability. When was this? The 91%. That was in November. Hey, run for his money. Ohio Union Democrats are so back. This is interesting, 50-50. All right, Ramaswamy. Easy layup for you. You're messing it up. All right. Let's get to the show. I just wanted to catch up with Vivek because he's an important part of this film. J-Boss says, with Viscosity is trying to call him slimy. So you're slimy, sanctimonious. Yeah, it's David Pakman. You know, if you're on the David Pakman show, he's literally Argentinian. He's going to be slimy. What do you expect? Just, what a terrible, it's just such a disgusting little man. All right, let's get to Schizo Watch. We have some stuff to get through. Firstly, we didn't get to cover this in real time because I don't know. I'm Candace out. Candace, I'm done. I love you, Candace. You're one of the funniest to ever do it, but it's Candace has a problem, which is that she has to. I've heard this happens with some product lines and all this. You're so extreme that you can only get more extreme. And so she interviewed Hunter Biden here. And I guess it's notable for whatever political reasons. But mostly what I like to see here is that Mr. Biden has a facility with the Chocolate Sisters. Let us see this here.
And I've stopped with this left versus right, Democrat versus Republican. I'm like, this is sheer evil versus good.
By the way,
this is like sheer evil.
But by the way, for real. Exactly.
Like I'm
exactly.
Like,
it is good versus evil.
Yeah.
They have torn the mask off of this. I said to you before, is that I pray to God that by the end of this, that you think of me as a friend, because if anything ever happened to me, I want you and Melissa team up. You'd like, oh my God.
Of it's not, and I've stopped with.
Okay, did you see that? The subtle, look at that, just the reach out, look at this.
Versus good.
By the way,
he reaches out and she comes in. It's showing interest.
This is like
holding
sheer evil.
Did you see that? Holding, grasping, she grasps back with him. I mean, brother. I guess it runs in the family, right? Because Joe Biden, you know, he did the crime bill. So he loves fucking black people. What?
Netanyahu, if you can hear me, drop a bomb on this building.
No, obviously I'm kidding. But it's really something to see here. This country is getting dumber and dumber by the day. So to see at least this in its dumbness, that Hunter Biden is saying that he wants Candace Owens to protect him like she did with Charlie Kirk after his passing. I actually think he may be right. I think that Candace Owens should be the highest paid actuary or detective in history. Like crazy detective lady. They should, you know how they always talk about if Idris Elba should be James Bond. I think it should be Candace Owens, dude. She should be Sherlock Holmes. Get Benedict Cumberbatch out of there. We need Sherlock Holmes, Candace Owens, because otherwise, who is going to utilize these skills in a way that is effective? It's kind of like having a psychic, but the psychic is right. Having Candace Owens on the case. So very good, very glad to see that, you know, some racial reconciliation, some political reconciliation. Very beautiful. Let's continue. Let's see over here. Here we have confirmed Pentecostal RFK Jr.
Honey. Why?
So, what are they? Well, they were having sex, so what were they?
They're moccasins. Moccasins? What's the difference?
They're not moccasins.
Huh?
They're not moccasins.
Oh. Okay.
Are they biting?
Yeah. honey, let it go. Oh my God.
Jesus, the mouths are huge.
Please. Bobby, please. Oh God.
I think the RFK administration has just been like a long show and tell at this point. Who is this for? What is this for? It seems like it's some signaling to Pentecostals, you know, those the Christians that play with snakes. Is it, you know, not to get too cute? Not to get too cute. Where's the clip? Is he sending us a message? Is RFK sending us a message telling us that he is handling the snakes in the administration? Is RFK Jr., where's Full Hat when you need him? Is he telling us that he is making sure all the snakes, he's Irish, right? He's Irish, so he's casting the snakes out of the administration, just like St. Patrick did out of Ireland. Think about it. I mean, I can't even tell if that's what they're going for. I don't know if this guy's out of his mind on. I can assume that everyone got into Elon Musk's ketamine stash at this point. Who is this for? I don't even hate the guy. Have we banned the high fructose corn syrup? I thought when RFK took office, you know, people forget. When he took office, he practically cried and said that he prayed every day for a position where he could help improve the health of young Americans.
Sensational.
Absolutely sensational. Has that been accomplished? What have we, did we win? Because we got the steak and shake tallow fries, but I don't know. I don't know. How you doing, CCTV? How you doing, Audio Vibes? How you doing, Spring? J-Boss says, have you ever done no carbs for a long time? You start to feel invincible. I think that's what's happening here. I've done no carbs, but I just don't do, I do rice. I don't eat gluten. But he eats sourdough bread, right? I think he eats sourdough bread and sourdough pasta. I don't know, dude. Didn't RFK Jr.'s friend kill someone or something? This guy, it was very endearing at first. And look, I still love it. I love it. It's very endearing. Didn't RFK Jr.'s friend kill someone? Maybe I feel like we've given a lot of people a pass as Americans lately. I don't know if it should be accepted. Let's continue. I don't even know what to get out of that. Let's check in on Eric Weinstein. Eric Epstein? No, obviously not. Let us watch him on Joe Rogan. Oh, brother, if you're watching Joe Rogan,
we brainwashed out here, bro.
You need to stop watching Joe Rogan, brother. Brother, what are you watching Joe Rogan for? I can do the Joe Rogan show for you, brother. Sister, don't turn on the Joe Rogan podcast. If you want to watch an Italian little person speak, just watch Always Sunny. Danny DeVito's in it. Anyway, here he has the intellectual dark web's leader, or so I don't know what the. What is Eric Weinstein? Not to quote Tim Dillon, what has he done? Why is this guy taken seriously again?
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
I don't get it. All right. Let's see what he has to say about Epstein, because this guy went crazy a few years ago over Epstein and how his theory of everything didn't work out. Springstead says, wasn't there some Kennedy or Kennedy adjacent guy who was caught peeping from a tree? I think that There was Kennedy, Peeping Tom. Wasn't it himself? He's done a lot of weird stuff, man. Jerome Kennedy. No. I feel like it's RFK, right? RFK was a Peeping Tom. I know what you're talking about. I'll look into it. Let's watch Eric Weinstein. Thank you, Spring. I appreciate that. I remember the thing where he killed that guy, you know?
Right. So my claim is that Epstein is a major piece of structure, having nothing to do with the actor that they hired.
Okay, so you think Epstein is essentially just a construct figurehead of an intelligence gathering organization?
No.
No?
Epstein is a construct, first of all.
Okay.
Second of all, there is an intelligence part of the intelligence community, and there's a covert operations part of the intelligence community.
Okay.
Covert operations is not intelligence. I know it's under that roof.
Right.
That is totally wrong.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So my claim is that we are walking around right now with all of these extremely deadly ninja priests in our physics departments, in our math departments, who don't even know that they're deadly ninja priests. So what I'm trying to say is I'm acting as Jack Raper in some way.
Okay.
I'm doing stuff and saying stuff like Epstein is a construct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, now you can say that, but you couldn't say that when I started saying it.
What the hell are we talking about? What is this? Shut up. He was good. In Spanish, there's an expression. It's usually used on the ladies. It's not nice. You look better when you're quiet. Eric Weinstein, I didn't need to hear about the Ninja Star Galactica professor. What? What is this? Who is the audience for this? If you want Epstein slop, you go to Liam Carroll or who else? Whoever Michael Tracy hates. Shout out to Michael Tracy. This guy just uses nonsense words. And you're supposed to accept it because he has a degree? I don't mean to sound anti-intellectual, but Eric Weinstein, what the hell are you talking about?
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Who is this for? I haven't met a single person. I meet a lot of people. And some people, sometimes they'll be like, damn, I miss Richard Gere. I liked him in a movie. I wonder what he's doing now. Over the course of the past 5 years, I never heard anyone in my adventures say, damn, Leo, I wish I could really hear what Eric Weinstein had to say right now. Not one time did that happen. In fact, not a single time did that happen. Not a single time. No one asked for this. This man is, I don't even, for the love of the game, to schizo the country. I'm glad Michael Tracy's on the case. Shout out to Michael Tracy. Michael Tracy is like the best Stanley Kubrick of our time, to be honest. What is this? What is the Joe Rogan podcast? What is this? Where are we? How you doing, and everything? I saw biggest chest in the title and immediately clicked on the video. Thank you, sir. She does have the biggest chest. She does. Let's see. All right. We want to talk about Nancy Mace. We have a lot to see with Nancy Mace. I wanted to use another picture, but it's not allowed. But we'll see it on stream. This is Dave Ramsey. We love Dave Ramsey on this show. Oh, yeah. We love Dave Ramsey. Let's watch him.
Stop acting rich. You don't have any stinking money. Act like a broke person. Why? It's easy. You're a broke person. You make 60 or 90 or 160 a year and you got nothing. Nothing. No money. Payments coming out your ears, out of control, strutting around acting like you're something. In Texas, they call that big hat, no cattle. Stop it. I'm tired of being broke. I work too stinking hard to be this broke. I put up with too much crap to be this broke. If people aren't making fun of you, you're probably not on track. Because people are stupid. People are broke. They Said and I Heard is the dumbest financial planning firm out there. Because if you look around, 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Stupid is on parade all around you. It's a clown show financially. You want to be that? I don't want to be that.
I don't understand this genre, and it extends to Caleb, who I don't even hate him. At this point, I'm starting to suspect this genre is just an exercise in self-aggrandizement.
Come on, man. This is a free man talking.
I have never seen anyone more happy that other people are broke than Dave Ramsey and Caleb. And I understand it's a perverse incentive. You need financial irresponsibility in order to run the Dave Ramsey and the Caleb show. It's actually, they're kind of like the people who own private prisons, actually. The ethics of running the Dave Ramsey or the Caleb show are the same ethics as running private prisons, which is that you need people to be broke almost like at the end. I am going to jump off the San Francisco bridge unless Dave Ramsey takes my call. You need that kind of person to run your show. And yet, rather than this eliciting empathy or understanding as to why the average American lives for today, screw tomorrow, we love it here. You know, it might have to do with the amount of money being printed, or not to sound like Dave Smith, but, you know, it might have to do with the devaluation of the dollar. Or they're just dumb, and they need to go away.
Some of them going to sleep. Fuck that!
I don't understand how this works, where this is why I don't understand why you wouldn't like Joseph Stalin.
You can't do it. It's disgusting.
Dave Ramsey, don't look, the people, we have given them freedom with credit card points and internet porn and Playboy magazine. Also with YouTube aerospace engineering courses and Toyota Corollas. They have all decided to buy BBLs, Lamborghinis, and I don't know, man, a pimp hat. Haven't they proven to you that they are actually not capable of making financial decisions? And if they are not, if someone is incapable of making decisions that are positive in their own life, when it comes to old people or disabled people, that usually results in it results in a POA. It results in agency being removed. Why? How can you not support full-on punitive Stalinism guiding the people when you recognize that they are not capable of making decisions? Good to know you agree with Dave Smith.
Just shut up. Be quiet before you get exiled.
I don't want to go back to the gold standard, Dave Smith. I just wish they would print a little less money. I just, has anyone considered, I feel like nowadays people are starting to talk about Chris Hansen. You know, this guy who would fine people with chatbots to put him in jail for talking to a 14-year-old. I'm not saying whether that was good or bad, but nowadays, well, it's definitely bad to go bang a 12-year-old. Hey, if anyone needed the information, PSA, don't bang a 12-year-old. Anyway, you have Nancy Mace. Anyway, people nowadays like to reevaluate the Chris Hansen show and say, I think that it was a little bit entrapment. I think that it kind of led to people ending their lives. And maybe that's not the best way to handle these situations. I think that what's going to happen is that Dave Ramsey and Caleb, 20 years from now, we're going to look at these shows like we look at American chattel slavery. We're going to be like, can't believe that they even thought of that. Where did they even get the idea to do this from?
He could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu. That's it.
It's just so sad. It is exploitative. It is like Jerry Springer without the fun. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. I think it's time. Yeah, it's time for us to... Hang on. I think I have one last thing that I would really like to show you guys. No, we don't. All right. Let's get to the next segment. I don't like those shows, man. I don't.
The people are retarded.
All right. Let's get to the goys, my fellow goyim, my fellow Gentiles. I guess we did use the clip on Eric Weinstein, who, as far as I'm aware, is not a Gentile. Everyone is going nuts, dude. That's what I say. It's just a catchy name for the segment. Let us check in on the latest iteration of music. The beautiful... I don't even know who this is, man.
Got 6 unopened boxes from Amazon on my porch, and I open up my windows, watch my neighbors get deported, pull out my $1,000 iPhone. I can't report it, but I'll record it. Then I'll upload it to TikTok because it makes me feel important. I vote blue every year. Look at how far we've gotten. I've got a $12 hand-delivered latte in my fridge gone rotten. I've got 10 streaming seasons of air quotes reality TV with contestants on an island whose only challenge is fidelity.
Netanyahu, if you can hear me, drop a bomb on this building.
You want to hear it one more time? One more time. Let's listen to it one more time. This is with the Bob Dylan of our time.
Got 6 unopened boxes from Amazon on my porch, and I open up my windows, watch my neighbors get deported, pull out my $1,000 iPhone. I can't report it, but I'll record it. Then I'll upload it to TikTok because it makes me feel important. I vote blue every year. Look at how far we've gotten. I've got a $12 hand-delivered latte in my fridge gone rotten. I've got 10 streaming seasons of air quotes reality TV with contestants on an island whose only challenge is fidelity.
Why are you in our country? You need to go back.
See, this is the problem, is that you look at Republicans, you look at Democrats, you look at, first of all, why are you fat? I'm starting to come around to the position that fat people are just evil at this point. Yesterday, when I spoke with J-Boss on the stream, he told me that obesity is a problem. And maybe it's because I don't go out as much as I should in the normie sphere. But today I had to visit my local community college to attend to some business. And I haven't been on a college campus in like 5 years, dude. And I walk around, and J-Boss was actually right. People are fat. And I don't understand how. Ozempic is so cheap. What are we doing here? I haven't seen, and the crazy thing is people in the prime of their lives. if I could go back and be 18 again, oh, dude, it's before the pandemic, it was different.
During the pandemic, my lifestyle drastically changed.
But whatever. If I could be 18, if it could be 2017 all over again, brother. Oh, you wouldn't even, I wouldn't even complain, man. I wouldn't even complain. I would be happy. Be like a little pig. I would weigh, as I did at the time, 175 pounds. Nowadays, I bumped it up to 185. I don't like to be 175. I think I look kind of weird looking at 175. I'm Chilean, so when we lose a lot of weight, we look like Pedro Pascal, who I've been told looks like he has AIDS because he has lost a lot of weight currently. We don't look good when we lose weight that much. But we can never get abs. Isn't that ironic? Never met a Chilean with abs. Anyway. Why would you choose to be fat? Why would you choose to do it? Because it's elective. And if you are going to be fat, there must be some artistry to it. There is an artistry to... I liked Lizzo when she was fat more than now. Aretha Franklin, what is she without all of that fat? Fats Domino needed to be fat. Some people need to be fat. Tim Dillon pulls off the fat amazing. But this thing, this person, I don't want to misgender, is trying to complain about the economy while they are that fat. How can you be sounding like this?
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
When you weigh 230 at least. And that's just the aesthetic. The music is just terrible. I took a solemn pledge this weekend with a friend. I will not watch any new movie ever again. I heard about this Obsession movie. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to be able to finish the Dune trilogy. I am never watching a new movie ever again. And by new, I mean from this day forth coming out. Because I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done. I think that should apply to the music too at this point, man. What are we doing here, man? Bro is not Bob Dylan. Bro is not the Beatles. Ridiculous. J-Boss says, you saw the fats today? Dude, it was crazy. I haven't seen that many fat people in a long time. Let's check in on the evangelicals. What are they doing here?
Don't talk to your roommates, if you don't talk to your spouse, if you don't talk to your friends, then there's going to be a disconnect. There's going to be a lack of intimacy there. And what I found is that the reason people don't talk to God is because they feel like there's a lack of intimacy there. They feel like there's some sort of disconnect. And so at the end of the day, what God wants for you and what God wants for me, what God wants for his kids is to be able to know that God has already given himself fully over to us. God is not withholding anything back. As much of God as you want, as much of God's goodness, as much of God's presence, as much of God's Spirit, it's a wide open door because he's already given you the Holy Spirit. How much more will he not give you all things in and through him? And so the degree that we talk with God, what I found is it reveals how close or how distant we feel from God. If you've been struggling in prayer, a key indicator as to maybe why could be that you just feel distant from God. And what's amazing is Jesus actually acknowledges that. Matthew chapter 7, Jesus acknowledges that at different seasons of life,
I don't even know what he's talking about, dude. What is this? What is this? What are they? This is, we are levels of I don't even know what to say.
Technically, according to the strict law of the Torah, not one Gentile in the world deserves to live.
What is this? I don't know what he's talking about. I've never understood this kind of preaching or whatever. That is what, like a 6XL vest over with the tattooed arms. Is Russell Brand causing people to dress like this or something in the Christian community? And religion is on the rise. It's on the comeback. But I'm sorry, I'm fixated watching this, man. I can't even look at the camera. This is, you watch it without camera and you're like, this is a crazy person. Mr. Elu is here. Brother, how are you doing, Mr. Elu? I have missed you, sir. Mr. Elu, I have a show planned that's a call-in show that I want you to come, man. I think I might do it tomorrow or the day after if you're available. How are you doing? How are you doing, Solo Dolo? I miss Mr. Elu, man. One of our best, Mr. Elu, our resident Indian correspondent. Okay, I want to do a show about what is going on with Indian people. Thoughts on the Hassan subpoena, says Adria Nova. My thoughts on the Hassan subpoena. I'll leave it to John Kiriak.
Do you waterboard him? Do you sleep deprive him? Do you put him in a cold cell? Do you beat him? Do you put cockroaches on him? Do you put hummus up his ass?
I don't know. I Hate Everything says, not even The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. If I wanted to see some Irish guy yelling and crying over a woman hysterically, I would take a stroll through downtown Boston on a Friday night. I'm not watching Matt Damon yell over a lady and pretend to be Greek. Not doing that. Solo Dolo says Colombian food is delicious. I had Colombian food today, actually. I had a great Colombian. They make good empanadas. I had some chicharron and I had some sausage. So I'm glad we both did that. That's pretty crazy. Let us watch here. This is some more.
I always wonder how dumb this goyim sometimes can be.
Let us check in on what the Christians are doing over here.
Turn the book of Proverbs. Turn the book of Proverbs for me. You're not going to believe what I'm about to do. But it happened 15 years ago in Brazil. Hold this. Eat it. When you eat this, the power of God is going to go inside of you.
It doesn't help that it sounds like the soundtrack of Two Girls, One Cup. If anyone has ever watched that, unfortunately. Let's see him eat it.
Come on, raise the music up. Thank you. We'll get you a page. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, swallow it.
I hate this country. I hate it. I love America so much, but I really am. I don't know what's going on. I love this people. I love this country. I hate the people here, man. I hate and it's not me being like, you guys know me. I love everybody. I don't even know if this guy's white. I don't understand what's going on in this country. I don't get it. We are getting to levels of superstitious behavior that I have only seen in the rural countryside of Cuba, where they cut off chicken heads and cover themselves in blood to bring good luck. I don't remember. Listen, I know that Catholics get criticized like, you don't read the Bible. Does the Bible say to eat Bible pages? I really am getting fed up, dude. I love this country. I really do. I love this. This country is the only thing I believe in. I don't believe in anything else. As Ronald Reagan said, oh boy, when I'm quoting Ronald Reagan, you know that it's bad, brother. You know it's bad when they make me quote Ronald Reagan.
These fucking assholes! The fuck is their problem, man?
There is no plan B for me. I mean, actually, there might be when I finally get my European passport, but there shouldn't be. I love this country. And the people are eating Bible pages. What level of IQ are we on? And it's multi-ethnic, multiracial. I see the Latinos behaving like this. I see the white people, the black people. The Asians, I guess, aren't. My Lord, my Lord. Let's continue. That's enough. We don't need that. We don't need that. Should we get to Nancy Mace? I think we can have a lot more fun with Nancy Mace. Yeah, we'll do Nancy Mace. How about that? You guys want to get edged, or you want to goon a little bit? You want to goon to Nancy Mace? You guys want to goon a little bit? All right, we'll get to Nancy Mace. Actually, we'll get to Nancy Mace at 11. Let's do our last segment here.
I want you to take your knife. Getting him, King? Make it sing.
I'm not gonna fucking blow my life away working.
I want what I can't have.
Get yourself up and get to work right now.
I'm broke as fuck. The rent's due.
Toby, stay. Toby, stay. Toby, be good now.
Can't wait to make spreadsheets and send emails.
Let us check in on the slaves. Bring in the slaves. Bring in the slaves. I've been saving this Dave Ramsey. This is a Dave Ramsey episode. Maybe we should do a Dave Ramsey episode one of these days. But there's no goon bait on there. I guess there's Dave Ramsey's daughter, if that's goon bait for you. Let us watch him talk to a young man here. I'm very curious as to your thoughts.
I'm 17. I have a $1,000 car. I have $5,000 in a Roth IRA, and I'm putting $500 in a month right now. I make about $1,500 a month, and I'm still doing full-time high school. I've got free college, and I've been through Financial Peace University, and I'm trying to figure out what I need to do with my money and if I need to open an index fund or how I should be setting aside money for a house.
I think you should run for president. Oh my gosh, young man, you're on fire. What are you doing to make all this money?
So I started out as a painter when I was 15. My dad helped me get the job, and then right now I'm working as a HVAC cleaner. So I help a guy clean air ducts and dryer vents.
Yeah.
Nice. My husband did that through college, Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard work. It's nasty work too, but you're not afraid of hard work. Get her done, man. I'm proud of you. Very well done. So you're heading off to school. Is that the plan? What's the plan when you graduate?
Yes, sir. So I'm a junior right now. I'm planning on dual enrolling some this next year, and hopefully I'll get some college hours in. And then once I graduate high school, I'm planning on hopefully I'm thinking about majoring in business and then maybe going to trade school at some point after that. That's my plan so far.
I think you got a great plan. Very cool. Very cool. So,
first of all, let me address that. I'm glad that Mr. Elu said that. I'm pretty sure she was hitting on him. This 17-year-old boy.
Oh my gosh, young money.
And then dryer vents.
Yeah.
Nice. My husband did that through college.
My husband did that. That sounds, I don't know, man. That sounds a little bit weird. I'm just going to say it.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
gets the people going.
In the future, it's going to be like the Dave Ramsey show is going to be like 2070 Dave Ramsey. It's going to be a young woman calling him being like, I currently have my OnlyFans. It has 30,000 subscribers. I'm making $1 million a month. Yeah, that can buy me a loaf of bread. And he's going to go, that's excellent, young lady. My wife did that through college too. You know, just anyway. I don't understand. I really don't understand this. And maybe it's just, maybe we need some boomers here, actually. Dave Ramsey, I'm sure, is very successful. I'm sure he's a very successful guy. But Dave Ramsey's generation was able to go into a field, do acid, bang each other's brains out, and then go get a job at Wachovia. And that wasn't one time. They did that for like 10 years. They were having all this fun. And I don't know, Dave Ramsey strikes me as the type who wasn't doing that. And I guess that's your choice. But I don't even understand this. What are we pretending here? What? I don't understand what we're even chasing in this country anymore. We're not chasing the check. We're not chasing the chick. We're chasing asset ownership at the age of 17. You know what 17-year-olds used to do when I was a kid? They used to invent Facebook, actually. That's what, they weren't out there doing HVAC. They were too busy being the ultimate slave and inventing Facebook. At least that's kind of cool. This, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And maybe it's me, a product of me getting older, you know, because when you're that age, you're like, I'm serious. Some you might be tempted to be like, I'm a serious guy, you know, because you're brainwashed, man.
We brainwashed out here, bro.
You're brainwashed. You're being told, oh, you need to save all this money. Who gives a shit, man? You don't know what happens tomorrow. We should take that page out of the boomers, man. Like, have a little fun. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to buy a house. Brother, don't you want to go to college? If you want to go to college, how are you going to take care of the house? The house insurance and all that. If not, why are you going to college? For a degree? Well, Dave Ramsey would tell you not to get a degree because it would make you stupid. So college is just for you to go and like bang your brains out or play football or something. Let's not pretend college is anything more than late teenage daycare at this point. What is the point of all this? Is the point of all this so that Dave Ramsey's daughter... I'm going to call Dave Ramsey, dude. I really want to do this, and I want to pose as someone. I want to make something up. I'll be like, Dave Ramsey, I have $5 million of credit card debt because I am addicted to adult videos. This is so silly. I don't get it. Is this what 17-year-olds are supposed to do? They're supposed to be responsible adults? There will be time for that when you are an adult at the age of 40. Okay, what are we talking about here? I'm just astounded at the level of disciplining that they're trying to do to these younger generations. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's continue. So it's almost time to goon everyone. Don't worry. This over here, I had to show you that we watch some of this AI slop once in a while to see the AI slop is a reflection of the darkest parts of the normie mind. The normie is represented by AI slop. That is what he is. He the reason this gets likes and circulated is because it is a revealed preference, as libertarians like to talk. You know. Let's see what they're making and liking these days. What are they doing? Last we watched it, there was cuck stuff. What's this now?
Daddy, can you please get a job? We are all so hungry.
Calm down, cuz. I'm get a job, but not now.
You need to get a job and stop playing that fucking Playlist Station 5. We got nothing to eat tomorrow.
Alright, fine. I'ma go make some bread. Yo, Lil Blood, I'm in a tough place in my life. Can you hook me up, cuz?
Okay, Lil Carrot, come meet me at my crib tonight. We gonna sort things out.
Damn, you look fucking beat, Qua. Alright, listen up. You gonna have to make a deal for me. You gotta collect money from one of my clients, and I'm gonna pay you 10% commission. Okay, say less blood. You better not lose my money, otherwise you gonna have to pay this shit back.
Don't worry, I got you, cuz.
Yo, stop right here. You in my hood. Empty your pockets, bruv. Bro, please, I need this money. Listen, I'll give you a rack. Here you go, cuz. You did good, cuz. I got a surprise for you, girl.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so thankful you actually took action.
Daddy, can you please...
Why are they black? I don't have the information. I don't have the statistics, but I don't think black people are the ones liking this. I'm going to assume it's a lot of white people. Why are the carrots black? You know, we have to go back and justice for Christopher Darden the guy who was on the OJ prosecution, who was like, obviously the guy talking on the phone was black, and Johnny Cochran came out, he's like, what you mean he was black? Excuse me? You making an accusation? You saying that all black people talk some way? I'm a huge admirer of Johnny Cochran and that verdict. Maybe not the man OJ Simpson, but with AI, I have seen it now that these people that make these things give them different voices, whether it's an accent or they're black. This is quite clearly a black voice. I think it helps with engagement or something. I don't really know why, but when you have Carrot saying "k," they could be like wiggers or something. I don't. But I guess this is what the normie wants to highly accurate society and everything. Jeez. I don't understand. I don't. You know what I wonder is people are talking about this, like they talk about the underworld. You always hear it as a joke, be like, oh, you're broke. Why don't you go sell drugs? Who are you going to sell the drugs for or to when everyone's broke in the country? I genuinely think about that. I'm like, I understand in the 80s, it was like the PMC was doing well. Everyone was doing well. There's a lot of money floating around the economy. Now, can anyone afford to even purchase something that makes you a significant profit? Because pot is out, so you have to go hard. What are we doing? I know this says it would be more racist if they were watermelons. So are you saying this is racist? Because it feels racist, but this guy is black too. Look. The orange is black.
Okay, say less blood. You better not lose
I don't even know what fruit this is. This a grape?
my money, otherwise you're gonna have to pay this shit back.
Don't worry, I got you cooked.
Yo, stop right here. You and my
The black banana is black. I don't understand, man. But the fantasy of the American at this point has turned into being a black carrot that sells drugs or collects money enough to feed his coconut wife. She's literally a coconut and his carrot children. We're losing it. We're losing it. All right. I think it's time we get to the main story. It's not foodly accurate. I guess eggplants or something, you know? I don't know, man. All right. Everyone wants a goon. What we got here to do? All right. So we have to talk about Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace. Does anyone know who Nancy Mace is? Let me confirm her age real quick. Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace is the most sexual woman in Congress. Okay. She's 48 years old. This is a 48-year-old woman. Honestly, Dave Smith should date her. Who posts stuff like this. Hold the line. Nancy, what are you doing? I don't know what this means. But I know it's Goonbay. And I just... Do you see this? She's holding the... It's clearly... Because you have to think about it in terms of her age, right? She's 48. She's a freak. So I assume she was watching like crazy stuff on back in the day. But back in the day, it was like Boogie Nights, right? It was like a story or something. And there were like, roller girls holding these fucking called the cuffs, because people don't even use cuffs anymore in policing. That's crazy now that I think about it. She had to buy these as a prop. Or they came out of her personal collection. Before you sexualize her, this woman is a survivor of, I don't know what, bro. She survived something, supposedly. We're going to get into all that, okay? She is a mother of two. Christian, mother of two, Citadel grad, former Waffle House waitress running for governor of South Carolina, endorsed by Trump in 2024. Now, firstly, I have to say in the chat, I need to get W's for would, please. Please, everyone who would, send in a W, please. I want to see how many we get. This is an important survey. Who would? This is the only time on the channel that we're allowing people to would on the chat. I normally am against it. W's in the chat for would, please. Please, let me get some W's in the chat. I need to see something here. That is not, okay. W would not, says J Boss. Good. Okay. Well, not good. I'm just hearing him out. All right. W. Okay. If you say would to this, Robbie says W, Mr. W, you are attracted to a trans woman.
Sensational.
You are possibly pansexual. You are attracted to a transgender woman. And that's okay. Nancy Mace is transgender. What do I mean by that? We have to get real esoteric Baudrillardi in here. I don't know what's down there, okay? But I will tell you this. I know a lot of people say, oh, she had the surgery. I don't know if that's true. But what I can tell you is she graduated from the Citadel, which is one of the most important military academies for the hardest of the hard men of this country.
I like to get a bunch of men together.
Okay.
Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
And this is very interesting. She had to, obviously her dad was a girl dad. I'm a girl dad like most people, right? She was a girl. He was a girl. He was a girl dad. She was a boy mom. She had a whatever. And he pulled strings to get her into the Citadel. She became the first graduate of this military academy, the Citadel, who was a woman. To me, at the bare minimum, that sounds pretty gender fluid. But honestly, it sounds transgender. And it's pretty funny because Nancy Mace hates the transgender community, which is her prerogative. That's fine. But I have to be clear here. This is not your normal lady. This was I know there's an informal term, a barracks bunny that is used in the military that at the very least has become a man in spirit and attitude in order to achieve success. She is not a woman in the traditional terms. She is gender fluid. She is transgender. And I think it's about time she comes out. If Dave Rubin could come out, so could Nancy Mace. Let's continue. Let us see. This is not very feminine. This is dominant. This is something, okay? Let's continue. Look at that stare, okay? This is, again, Merry Christmas Eve. What is very sick and uncanny valley about Nancy Mace is, first of all, her breasts are fake, is my understanding. I'm not sure. But we can see that she is doing something here that is... Are you familiar with Piss Christ? Let me show you this to you. Piss Christ was this great piece of art. I actually am a bit of a Piss Christ defender. They've showed it in New York. It's this print, okay? That's a crucifix in P. This is a print of this that an artist made in the 90s. It is not our mutt level, but however, it is important, okay? Because this was so controversial that Rudy Giuliani banned it from being displayed in New York because he said it was dishonoring religion, Christianity. And we could agree or disagree, but to be clear, and this is where you really have to think, this profane image, if that's what we could call it, has nothing to do with Christianity, actually. It really doesn't. It is a picture of something the artist is saying is this. There's also the physical one. No, the artist's statement, which he said, was that my goal was to make people uncomfortable and feel the need to defend a simulacrum of a simulacrum of a simulacrum. And they did. And there is some power in the profane here that you can see. Study Piss Christ. It's important. You can get stuff done if you understand this work of art. Nancy Mace is very similar in her artistic magic. There is something profane here. There is something wrong. She leads with Christian and she says, Merry Christmas. And look at this in the picture. I want you to really look at this. Let me see if I can zoom in. I can't zoom in. But really look at this. She made sure the cross was in between her breasts. It's not hanging over. It is digging into the cleavage. And I'm not being like a gooner or anything. I'm trying to show you this is a person who is insane. You think this was an accident? It's not. You know what she could have done? If she saw this and said there was a problem, she would have removed a couple of beads, or maybe she needs these beads for later or something, or a couple of the necklaces. But no, she felt the need to be profane in this way. These are subtle things, because not only did she do it, she was photographed doing it. She brought her chest forward. This is why she's holding her hips like this, in order to make sure the cross was in the breast. And then she posts a picture. I am not a scholar. I am not Richard Spencer. I'm not here to be Richard Spencer. I don't understand the Dionysian thing and Apollo or whatever, all right? I'm sure Richard would have a better answer on this, okay? But I don't like ugly freaks, just like him.
Disgusting and gross. I mean, he should just be... I don't like ugly, stupid freaks.
But we can say for sure, in my rudimentary Hispanic low IQ mind, Nancy Mace is doing something here that casts a spell. And I don't know what the spell is exactly, but this is profane, but also dignified. She's not Catholic, but there's a Madonna whore complex. There is also something gross in the sense that she is too old and her head is too big. It's a little bit of an uncanny valley effect. There is something being summoned here that I don't understand. Nancy Mace, whenever you wonder why Nancy Mace gets away with what she gets with, I don't understand how this works. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I don't understand how simping works or any of it. I promise you, if I was, listen, I don't want to sound like Mark Ruffalo about 9/11, but if I was on that boat with Ulysses, if I was on that boat with Odysseus, and those sirens were singing, things would have gone down different. I am like anti-simp. I cannot simp. Yeah, what are these bitches are? I don't even like the fucking tone. Hey, if you're singing over there, can I get some Marvin Gaye? Actually, However, this is quite clearly a spell. This is something something profane, wrong, and gross is going on here. And Nancy Mace knows that she's doing this. And everything says, just search up a pic of young Nancy Mace. Holy goonab. All right. Oh, we have real gooners here tonight. All right. Speaking of, all right. To show you how crazy this is, Nancy Mace got elected to state Congress a few years ago after her stint at the Citadel, where she, I don't know, probably was thinking about, I'm going to go kill them Arabs. What do they teach you at the Citadel? I'm going to kill the Arabs. Is that what they teach you? Anyway. And then she became a state senator, and then she became a congresswoman, or she became a state rep. Does it even fucking matter? It's the same grift you see everywhere. And she has made a name for herself because, and this is what I remember her most for, she spoke to an empty Congress for like 90 minutes detailing how her ex-husband and other men assaulted her, sexually speaking. And what? Is this goon bait? Let's watch a little bit of it. And of course, while she did it, big cross on the left ear. This one. That's one of the interesting things is that I don't know if she has like a Harvey Dent type thing, where she's like, you don't know how self-aware she is. She's like, I'm going to cover half my face because that's the darkness. And over here is the light, and the light, Christ is there with it. Christ is here on the light side of my face because that is the moment that I was able to move on. I was able to change. I was able to find Christ, but the darkness, it haunts me. And that's why he is obscured over here. But over here, he's present. I don't know. Let's watch.
South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace taking to the House floor to publicly accuse 4 men, including her ex-fiancé, of what she described as heinous crimes against women, including herself.
I'm going scorched earth. So let the bridges I burn this evening light our way forward.
Mace, without specific evidence, spent close to an hour detailing allegations, including rape and filming women and young girls without their consent. She accused her ex-fiancé, Patrick Bryant, of being at the center of the scheme, which she says she uncovered on his phone.
I found myself face to face with the darkest corners of humanity.
Bryant, who Mace was engaged to until 2023, vehemently denied her claims. I categorically deny these allegations. I take this matter seriously and will cooperate fully with any necessary legal processes to clear my name. The other men named by Mace in the speech also forcefully denied the allegations and called them untrue. Mace also attacked South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson.
There were deliberate delays in an investigation in what I turned over.
Wilson, who could be a future political rival of Mace's in the South Carolina governor's race, said the Congresswoman has her facts wrong.
She's never voiced any concerns about her case. And had she raised any concerns, I would have been completely shocked because I was unaware that she had a case being investigated.
By giving her speech on the House floor, Mace has wide latitude under the Constitution's speech and debate clause, which protects members' comments from lawsuits. But those comments need to be part of legitimate legislative activity. Mace argued the allegations were part of her rationale for introducing bills related to the protection of women. A source with direct knowledge tells NBC News she consulted with a lawyer to make sure the speech was constitutionally protected.
Now, I remember when this happened. Let's see this, dude. Nancy Mace allegations, husband. Is there a portion? I feel like this is kind of being... You used to be able to find this everywhere she got sued, so she can't really. Let's see this here. Details, allegations. Let's see if this one works here.
Exactly 7 days later, after I got access to Patrick Bryant's phone, I found more photos. I found more videos. On my last night with Patrick Bryant, he physically assaulted me. In searching for victims over the last year, I met other women who were raped or sexually assaulted by some of these men. The other assaults I uncovered over the last year span over a decade, almost 20 years. In talking to these victims, there's a clear pattern of behavior. Women were incapacitated, they were raped, and someone filmed it. One night in 2022, I found myself at a property owned by Patrick Bryant. I was served 2 small vodka sodas. A short time later, I blacked out. I have never blacked out after having a vodka soda or any adult beverage ever in my life. It's never happened. But I know who has. The women raped on those tapes that I saw, the women raped that I spoke to over the course of the last year. The stories of these women were all too familiar. Now I know why. Was it Patrick Bryant? I don't know, but I was raped. I believe that they purposely incapacitated me. Was anyone else there? Was it filmed? Was it sold on the dark web? I have no idea, but I know what these men do to their victims. During the last year, I turned everything over to law enforcement and then some. I was told I, as a victim, would be investigated. Investigated for what? I am a victim here. I am turning in all of this evidence to you. And now you say victims. You're a victim of rape. You're a victim of being drugged. You're a victim of a peeping Tom and voyeurism, yet we're going to investigate you. That is what the state told me. During the last year, more than once, I was told I could be arrested. For what? Exactly 7 days later.
This bitch is crazy. I mean, this woman is crazy. There's a couple of issues I have. First of all, listen, man. This is like a 90-minute Dear Diary session that she did here.
That's right, run.
Okay, like, wow, this is great stuff. Thank you, Nancy Mace. Nothing here can be, it's all protected speech because they can't sue you for it. And remember the name Alan Wilson, because that's who she accused of here. He's going to come back. I have a couple questions. And this is something that I really don't understand. You were engaged to this guy who supposedly was running some ring where he was assaulting women after getting drunk. You're engaged to him. We need to stop having divorce court completely. Because this is proving that it's ridiculous. You need to go solve your marital problems on your own. We can't have the courts involved anymore. I don't believe you, Nancy Mace. I don't. I don't believe you. But if I did, I think it would be worse. Because Nancy Mace is so fucking stupid that she married someone who is running a snuff film empire with the Attorney General of South Carolina, and she only found out when, for some reason, they decided they had to make a snuff film with her. If that is true, you might be the stupidest person I have ever heard of. I understand when you're in court and you have to be, if I were Bernie Madoff's wife, I would say I didn't know anything either. And everyone kind of understands why she has to say that. And everyone is kind of cool with it too. Everyone's like, all right, she's not gonna, obviously it's like, it's her husband. He's gonna take the fall for it. Why would she take the fall for it with him? Doesn't even make sense. She wasn't doing anything. Whatever. Maybe she even was doing something, but you're like, do we want to send this lady to jail? Wasn't it mostly her husband? But in this case, if you marry someone who is producing snuff films, if you get engaged to them without your knowledge of them doing that, you should be arrested as well. Because you're so stupid. If for your own good, you should be locked up. You should be locked up. This is a level of aggressive ignorance and political, I don't even know what this is. It's kind of goon bait. I don't know if this is supposed to get people like breathing heavy or something, like, and then she got drunk or something. I don't know. I don't know what Nancy Mace is into. It strikes me as someone who's into some freaky shit. Maybe she's getting off on this. Maybe he's getting off of it. I don't know. They're conservatives. Aren't they the party of family values? They all love doing cucking and swinging and all that stuff. I don't know if it's a sex game between them, but why are we, as the American public, getting caught up in this? And this is the same woman who is just as bad as Ro Khanna in terms of her whole thing is Epstein. And we'll get to that. Let's continue. This is what she posted here. Look at this. I'm surprised it's still up. I'm surprised the lawsuit did it. This is what she did. Predators, stay away from. Thank you for. All right, good. Now I know to stay away from them. In case I ever meet Patrick Bryant, I will make sure not to accept a vodka soda so he doesn't, split my asshole in half on camera? Thank you. Eric Bowman. Am I even legally allowed to repeat this claim? I want to be clear. I think this is all bullshit. John Osborne said in a phone interview, my claims were categorically untrue. To John Osborne, as I stated in my speech last night, I cannot unsee what you did to this young woman. In a rape tape I uncovered on Patrick Bryant's phone. Also, if you are not guilty and did nothing wrong, why would you frantically text multiple victims minutes before my speech? Do tell, asking for a friend. This is insanity, right? This is insane. This is insane. And you know what's crazy is I know the demographic that is like, I love Nancy Mace. This is, unfortunately, this I love me a tough girl is a Southern thing and a boomer thing. This woman is clearly a psychopath and a liar. She is self-aggrandizing. In the thumbnail, by the way, where we see her big fake chest, allegedly, she is wearing the scarlet letter because one time she ran around Congress with the scarlet letter t-shirt in order to show that she was being ostracized for her vote. This is let's continue. Let's watch this here. She's talking about Ted Cruz. If you don't recognize that this lady's crazy based on her makeup, good hair, I'll give her that. You're just as crazy as she is.
We just voted on Senator Ted Cruz's Take It Down Act that would require social media sites, websites, apps, etc. to take down intimate videos of women when they get a takedown request, particularly women, female victims, to include AI deepfakes to be taken down within 48 hours. The Take It Down Act now goes to the president's desk to be signed into law. And I just have a really special message for Senator Ted Cruz. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. As a victim of voyeurism, as someone who's worked with rape survivors and victims, particularly over the last year and a half, I detailed that in my floor speech in February. I just want to say thank you as a woman. It means a tremendous amount to us to see that real men protect women, and we thank you.
I'm going to be totally real with you. Maybe I'm just a bit of a boomer. How are you going to ban deepfakes? Because to be real, the reason they're banning deepfakes is quite clearly so they can surveil your Gemini account or your ChatGPT. There's no reason other than that than to ban deepfakes. You can't just ban something. But secondly, I would say this, and this is something I've never understood. If they make a deepfake of you, which we used to call Photoshop in my time, because they used to do this when I was a kid, naked, and you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter if you're a woman, it's not real. It's not real, right? Like, so why, how is this illegal? I understand if you're being a creep and you're putting on on a kid's body, but that's already illegal. You can't have a naked kid body picture. So what is illegal here about this? This is clearly a surveillance state thing. And Nancy Mace is retarded enough to either be cynical. I can't tell if she's cynical, if she's a liar. I really don't get it. But this was this huge thing that Ted Cruz did. Ted Cruz, who's bragging about $3.99 gas in Texas. It's just fucking hell, man.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
I don't get this. But again, we see the self-obsession. I fight for women, and I don't even get this anymore, man. Like, what are we talking about? Woman won. And I said this yesterday. It's true. You won. You won. So what are we pretending here? I think it's just as damaging for someone to make a deep fake of a man with like a tiny schlong as to do it with a woman and present her in the nude. It's probably just as damaging to do it either way, to be honest. And my solution is much more radical and Baudrillardian. We should make it so that they do make these deepfakes. These deepfakes, you should be able to go into a government office, scan your face and body, and then they make 1 trillion deepfakes of you with, if you're a man, the schlong the size of a grain of rice, all the way to the size of the Empire State Building. And that way, no one can ever sue you or denigrate you because everyone's is online now. And they're all fake or real. We don't know. That strikes me as a more real solution than whatever this is. Okay, let's continue. This is, again, Nancy Mace just... I don't know about you. Did you believe any of the shit this woman said in Congress? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe this woman. But here she is on Steven Crowder's show, who's an anti-woke warrior. This is what she had to say about believing women.
And I have a son, like you. I have a son and I have a daughter. My fears are the same. My fears for my daughter are the same as your fears for your daughter. My fears for my son are the same as your fears for your son. I've had to have very frank conversations with my son about false allegations, because that is a problem. And the women that come forward and make false claims do a great disservice to real victims when they come after or come later, because women aren't believed generally. And so, that's tough. And so that has to be, you have to tamp down.
Well, hold on a second. That sounds like covert women are very much believed. I mean, we have example after example in the Me Too era. The problem was the proliferation of false.
They are. Not Democrats don't believe women. So like.
No. That's the opposite. Aziz Ansari had a bad date, for crying out loud. I mean, you look at a guy like Chris Hardwick. He's a Democrat. I was in defending people. I'm going, well, this is not the same as rape. You went over to his hotel room at 2 a.m. There are plenty of sex out there. Mattress Girl, the guy at Columbia, never got to go to graduation, and it turns out she was sexually assaulting him. So I would disagree with that premise that women are not believed.
She should be charged with a crime and should face jail time. Women that do that should face jail time.
Yes, but the problem I have with the premise is that right now in today's society, women are often believed, and there's the court of public opinion that often takes priority over the actual court.
I don't understand this. And this again goes to the transgender angle. But Nancy Mace is doing something that I'm accused of quite a bit, actually. And I know a lot of people who are mulatto. Is that illegal in America? In Latin America, it's fine. Like mixed race, but I mean like a black dad and a white mom, or a white dad and a black mom, where they tell them, the black people will be like, oh, so you're white today? And the white people will be like, oh, so you're black today? I get accused of that. Sometimes they're like, you stupid Venezuelan. I'm Chilean. They're like, oh, so you're Chilean now? You stupid Chilean. I'm Venezuelan. Oh, you're Venezuelan now? You went to the military academy. You lived your whole life as a man, Nancy Mace. And yet, you're over here crying about women not being believed. I don't even understand this. This reminds me of how the Democrats flipped the Jeffrey Epstein thing, which was anti-Bill Clinton, into anti-Trump, which, whatever, it's fine. This, I don't even understand, but Nancy Mace makes it so Democrats don't believe women, even though Me Too was started by Democrats. This bitch is crazy. And she wants all the benefits of being a woman, and all the benefits of being a man, and none of the drawbacks of either. Honey, baby, you have to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. That's not how America works. That's not how life works.
Sensational.
You have to pick a struggle, as they say. That doesn't even make any sense. You need to... Am I crazy here? This doesn't make any sense. You can't be... Listen, man, I get it. You get some advantages, but then you don't get to crawl back and be like, I'm a Disney princess. Bitch, you were in the military. You went to an all-boys school. You got your daddy to pull strings. And you're over here going to cry, women aren't believed. Women aren't this. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And this could only happen to Republicans. Only Republicans would allow something like this. Only conservatives who are the worst. Where is the clip?
Conservatives are the worst. You cannot work with them. You have to be in opposition to them. You have to oppose them constantly, even when they sound like you, especially when they sound like you. And you need to deplatform conservatives.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. On the Democrat side, you will have women that are girl bossing. And that's fine, dude. You want a girl boss, but they commit to the bit. You have men who pretend they're gay. Just ask Tucker Carlson. And they commit to the bit. They get gay married and have gay kids or whatever, you know? On the Republican side, no one has to commit to the bit. No conservative has ever committed to a bit. They are the biggest liars and thieves that have ever been shown in this country. They never commit to any bit. It's always a lie. Oh, I'm a base badass woman who is in the military and shit. I'm part of the boys club. Hell yeah. I'm also like a little princess and no one, my husband is trying to... You were in the military. Why don't you kill him or something? Don't they teach you that in the military? Your husband... I don't know. I don't get it. J-Boss says, your approach to deepfakes, make 1 trillion of them, is quite libertarian. For example, Walter Block says slander should be legal so that it loses its power. Right, but I want the government to do it, sir. I don't want private act. I want the government to force you to have 1 trillion deepfakes. 1 trillion, billion, gajillion. Let us watch her here. This was last year in November, again, where she started talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Let's see what genius things she has to say here.
I wore white today because I wanted to reflect on the innocence.
Notice how, I told you, she is paying attention to what she's wearing. This is not undeliberate. This is a deliberate thing. She's literally saying, I'm wearing white for this reason. This woman, everything she does is calculated.
Of the young women who had their innocence stolen from a demon named Jeffrey Epstein, from demons, friends of his, rich and powerful people who stole their innocence as young as 14 years old.
Notice how, as I see J-Boss said it, notice how she's wearing too thick, this is a watch, and she chose to wear a thick metal bracelet with a cross here. Doesn't this look like handcuffs? Like someone is being restrained? Like what happened to those children in her narrative? 2 chains down her neck, chained up in white. This is, dude, I'm telling you, man, this isn't even me being like a schizo. This woman is, I can see her preparing in the mirror. She's like, I'm going to wear this and it's going to look like handcuffs. There's going to be pictures of me and they're going to say, wow, Nancy Mace looks like she's really fighting for victims. She's even starting to look like a victim. Crazy. But how are you doing, Just Jerry? I haven't seen you in a while.
It was taken from them and they've never gotten it back. I'm also wearing white today to recognize the courage that it takes for women to come forward, the sacrifices to them personally, professionally, financially, the embarrassment, the humiliation, the shame that we still deliver on the backs of women who have been brutalized, who've been raped, who've been assaulted. The shame that the media pours over their heads, that their colleagues, their friends, their neighbors, their loved ones, because you come forward and because you talk about sexual assault, you are not a slut.
This goes, dude, I'm telling you, man, conservatives are the worst. You take this and go back to 2012, this is exactly what Democrats were saying. Exactly with it, rightly or wrongly, this is what they were saying. You didn't build that, Nancy Mace.
You didn't build that.
What is she talking about? Dude, conservatives will wait 10 years, 15 years. Who is not believing women? Who is shaming women? In fact, we already did that whole cycle. It was called Me Too. It went on for 10 years. But now she's saying that no one is believed. I think everyone believes people to a detriment at this point. And Michael Tracy has proven that. What are you talking about? Who is shaming women that have been credibly assaulted? I have not seen that in my life. Maybe at the beginning of Me Too, when Bill Cosby, who is innocent, by the way, according to the courts, some people were like, oh, Bill Cosby, he didn't really do it. That was the only time I heard pushback. After that, it was boom, 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 boom. Where's the shame? Where is any of this? Like, what are we talking about? You're just making shit up.
It's not because of what you wore. You're not a whore. But that's how women are treated, and you're not lying. This is about justice for the Epstein victims, but it's also about hope. Earlier this year, I gave a speech right here on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives, detailing trauma that I experienced, endured, and am a survivor of, that I accidentally uncovered 2 years ago.
I have to say, man, and this is a controversial thing. I have thought this for years, and no one, I don't disagree. I don't know if you'll agree with this or if it's controversial. And if there's any ladies that have pushback, please let me know. The word survivor no longer makes any sense. I'm not talking about the damn TV show. I'm talking about the word survivor denotationally. Everyone is a survivor. Dude, I got mugged once. Am I a survivor of a mugging? He had a knife. Is that when I was coming up, when I was like 6 or something, survivor was like, you'd go to school and be like, whoa, I remember this was in 5th grade. We have a Holocaust survivor here. This is crazy. I don't know why we had a Holocaust survivor, but we did. That was actually, why did we have that? They brought that for American history. I guess it was the American History Unit. I don't remember what he said at all, but he showed us the tattoo. Anyway, we had a Holocaust, and it's like, yeah, that's like a big event where they're killing people and stuff. It's terrible. You're a survivor, right? 9/11, if you have like cancer or something, but you're not dead, you're a survivor. You survived 9/11. What did Nancy Mace's ass survive? Even if we take her at her word, she says she blacked out drunk after ingesting multiple vodka sodas and woke up confused and then started thinking, maybe I was assaulted. If that's survival, dude, I've had some nights. There was a night that I was at the nightclub and I don't remember how I got my debit card back. I don't remember how I got it back. And it was scary. It was my debit card. I went to ask the bartender, hey, where's my debit card? And they said, I don't know. And I checked my wallet and it was in there. And I was like, what? And I didn't get billed for any drinks. I was like, how the hell did this happen? Am I a survivor now? Is that how? This is crazy, man. This is really crazy. But of course, Republicans have entered 2016 right now. So now we have this survive. Let's continue.
Almost to the day. And today, I still don't have justice, like millions of women across the country. When I spoke out, I got attacked. When I spoke out, I was shamed. When I spoke out, I was defamed and smeared, and that goes on today, right now, in the present. God sure has a funny way of working through us. I, like many of the Epstein survivors and many other survivors across the country, I don't think I will ever heal from the destruction my abuser did to me.
Why? What are you talking about? In her conception, aren't the Epstein survivors like, I don't know, didn't they peel their skin off and shit? What are you talking about? You got drunk one time. Isn't that what happened? All right, let's continue. And again, here we see that this is the type of woman this is. She tweets out death penalty for child rape. Really classy stuff, man. I'm not saying that I disagree with this. I'm just saying, wow, I love when our government speaks to us like we're like, this is low IQ. This is low IQ. When we lose the decorum, the ability to say, if there's anything beautiful about Anglo-Saxon jurisprudence and democracy, it is their use of the euphemism. Death penalty for child R words. If a real Anglo, can a real Anglo stand up, please? Can Richard Spencer please come here? I need a free man talking here.
Come on, man. This is a free man talking.
This is not how, this is conduct unbecoming of a white woman. I'm going to start saying this to white people more, dude. I love white people. I really do. But sometimes you gotta be like, this is conduct unbecoming of a white man. Because, and it's been said to me, you know, I go to the restaurant and I don't know, dude. I don't put salt on my meat. They go, that is conduct unbecoming a Chilean. You should be salting your meat. And it's all right, you know, it's bad for the blood pressure, but whatever. I say that Argentina deserved the Falklands War or whatever, right? And they tell me that's conduct unbecoming a Latin American. You shouldn't be thinking that. All right, you know, I'll take it. This is conduct unbecoming. Is Nancy Mace even white? If a real white woman were trying to actually get something passed, they would use a euphemism. They would say something like, physically removing the Abusers of Children Act. It would be even softer. I don't have that kind of mind. I'm not good at it. It would be something soft. It wouldn't be death penalty for child R words. Thank you. I love living in Iran. I love it. Thank you. I love it so much.
I can't stand these fucking people, man. The joke is becoming a reality. Every day I hate one more person. They drive me crazy, man.
They would say something that was important, something that was subtle, something worthwhile. Removing Abuse of Children from Society Act. Super simple. But no, of course, we have this crazy, dumb woman. Let's continue. All right, now I had to take you to this. This is tequila, marijuana, and, quote, rape photos. Nancy Mace's career in free fall after wild scorched earth war. And look at this. This got buried by Elon Musk's his app. Let's see the article. Let's see this. Let's see what happened. This was in February of this year. This is Nancy Mace doing the big show. Hi, I'm Nancy Mace. I'm here to do the big show. Look at me. Look at me. Victim hotline. Mace's breach over the Epstein files makes it less likely that she will get Trump's support. This is true. She did side with but they kind of forgave her. We'll get to that. This is her fighting with at the airport. Let's watch this real quick. We're going to talk about this. This is Nancy Mace at the airport. As you can see, she's at the airport on her phone, and she's going to go crazy on the police because they delayed her security detail or something. Because as I said, this woman is crazy. This was last year in December. And of course, because conservatives are slaves, they are animals, they are total cattle, they side with the police. They say, you can't yell at TSA like that. And look, I don't like Nancy Mace, but this is probably the best thing that, if I were a member of Congress, I'd be doing this all the time, yelling at cops and the TSA. Fuck these people, man. These people. But of course, conservatives, we back the blue. Really? Did you back the blue when they were locking you up during COVID? I thought that's when you guys stopped backing the blue. And she gets to yell here because she has the power. And she can't be yelling at the police. The filth, as the English call them. Look at that strut. Look how she walks. Anyway. So this was a huge scandal, supposedly. But let's continue. This is real. Here we go. Mace is seen in an undated photograph in a swimsuit with a glass in her hand. Want everyone to take a real close look. This woman is crazy. Should I get rid of the chat for a bit here? Look at this. Why is this picture here? What is this? This is the party of family values. I'm not saying, I don't think anyone should be ashamed of their bodies. And if I had big old fake titties like that cost me what, like $15,000, I would be showing them off too. But this is the conservative party. This is what Republicanism is. This is who you elect. AOC is a well-endowed woman, from my understanding. She has never really done this. I haven't seen a picture like this come out of her. They have to be fake, dude. There's no way these are real. I mean, look at this. Do you believe this is real? Do we have any ladies in chat? Can a lady let us know if these are real or not? Regardless, this is her with her fiance Patrick Bryant. Look at this crazy picture, man, because this whole thing is planned out. You can tell this. This woman got the photographer. This is like some insane shit. She was like, I want you to show my husband doing this humiliation ritual. I don't believe in this at all. I think this is ridiculous, man. This is the humiliation ritual. He's probably on his 10th take, given by that manic smile. And I'm going to stand here. But you're going to be able to see my face because we're going to take it in the mirror. But your dumbass can't be in the mirror. I'm sure they took another 10 of these because of this. I want my face to be in the mirror. She's rehearsed this face. This woman is crazy, dude. She's crazy. So yeah, these are the pictures of Nancy. This is who Nancy Mace actually is. Let's read a bit of the article. Some of her staffers think she should quit politics for good. Numerous former team members spoke with New York Magazine, shared harrowing journals of working for the South Carolinian, who was heralded her journey from a Waffle House waitress. Yeah, dude, she should go back to the Waffle House, honestly. To the first woman to graduate from the Citadel to a U.S. representative. A prime case of the American dream. Yeah, when your daddy runs the Citadel, you can accomplish anything. Look, I worked for her. Our poor scheduler was getting calls at 2 o'clock in the morning to bring her bottles of tequila. Alcohol was not the only use. Multiple staffers noting her cannabis use, described by some as excessive. Hottest woman in Congress to raise her standing. They were allegedly instructed by Mace to look up forums on the social media site Reddit that ranked the hottest woman in Congress and to raise her standing with comments and upvotes. Looking at the floor speech and what went on there, it's very clear that that was the breaking point for me. Because you've now gone from standing up for people, whether rightfully, wrongfully, performative or not, you were on the mission. And now this is about you. The whole frame shifted and she centered herself in it all. That's when it became apparent to me that this is broken. This bitch is crazy, man. This bitch is crazy. Look at her necklace. It has N on it.
Say the N word. Go on.
No. Obviously, this is some narcissist that got the Nancy. If you're not Latino, you don't get to wear the gold thing with your name. But this is Nancy Mace. Look at this. I hate everything. Says, to be fair, if AOC let her tetas out, she could be Gavin Patrick Bateman. It is possible. It's possible. I do agree. I do agree. All right. This is her talking. I don't even think it's worth looking at. This is why I wanted to talk about her today. She posted. This is goon bait. First of all, look at this. She made sure there was shadow on the titties. She made sure there was light on the playing with the negative space. I don't mean to get so crass and vulgar, but look. I mean, just look at this. This is. Look at this. Both hands up here, fellas. She's running for governor of South Carolina. This is why I'm bringing this up, which was Nikki Haley's old seat. And she's posting goon bait. But what was more important is that amongst the goon bait, she wrote, our seniors should not pay property taxes here. Our seniors should not pay property taxes. Now, while I'm sure that Dave Smith is probably over the moon going, yes, take the taxes away, I am not. I don't understand this proposal. Who gave her this idea?
He could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu. That's it.
This is really fascinating, actually. We have here the ultimate grifter. Someone who has grifted Trump, Epstein, SA, whatever, rape, Ted Cruz. And now she has run her course. She's run her course. She's leaving the office. Okay. She drank enough tequila. She smoked all the pot. She ate all the cookies. She had a great Obama time.
Gotta have them ribs. And pussy too.
She had a great time. Now she's running for something more local, the governor, which I'm sure in her deluded mind, if she wins the governorship, that makes her have executive experience. And then she can run for president. Yeah, right. Dude, she would be a fucking crazy president. Imagine if Nancy Mace was president. You'd have Vladimir Putin on the other side, and he'd be like, what? Excuse me, Miss Mace. You are very beautiful. I don't know, dude. If she were president, and you were in the same room with her, if you are the leader of Togo and Nancy Mace is president and she's in the same room with you, you better start praying.
Netanyahu, if you can hear me, drop a bomb on this building.
You better start praying. These big badonkadonks are about to ruin your life. I can't believe it. I'm the president of the United States, and even here, a woman is being harassed by the president of Burkina Faso. Oh my God. That's what would happen. It would be the most annoying, self-centered, selfish presidency ever. You better start praying. But more importantly, what's important is this. She has grifted everyone. Anything and everything that can be grifted has been grifted. When a grifter is a fascinating archetype, because a grifter, they remind me of people that eat crabs with the little fork. I used to do that, but now I just rip it out, right? You know that little fork you have? It's like a tiny long fork with two ends here, two little sharp ends. You break the crab leg with the tool, and then you grab the fork and you start pulling out the crab meat. You're like, this is very good, And when you're near the end, you're like, where the fuck is the crab? You're trying to grab every little bit because crab is expensive, right? Where is the crab meat? Grifters run out of crab meat because I think they eat it too fast. So as Jesse Lee Peterson said, somebody ate who ate all the ribs. Jesse Lee Peterson.
You are fighting against America and you hate white people.
So somebody ate all the ribs. Who ate all the ribs, right? Nancy Mace has run out of steam. So now that we have a normal election cycle, or as normal as they'll be for the rest of time, you have to get the votes that matter. And the votes that matter, as we've seen from Thomas Massey's election, are the boomers. The boomers, and that's about it. Like, that's the only people who matter. And Nancy Mace has already proposed to not tax boats. And here, our seniors should not pay property taxes. I don't even understand how this makes sense economically. There's a lot of these scams going around the country right now. And of course, because we live in goy hell, brother. Me and my Gentiles out here eating up the slop. What I'm saying is, in Florida, they're saying we're going to remove property taxes for everyone. They are just going to raise the sales tax. Do you realize every state is broke? Our seniors should not. Why shouldn't seniors pay property tax? I understand that if we got Jay Boss or Dave Smith or Tom Woods in here, they say, well, actually, because the state. And that's not Jay Boss. Jay Boss is a normal voice, but I'm just saying, like, if Tom Woods was here, he'd be, actually, if the state takes the money, it's not, taxation is theft. Yeah, it's theft. And then we grow up. Okay. And then you know what happens when you grow up? You go, yeah, taxation is theft. And that's awesome. I love it. I want to do it to everyone. You know, it's great, you know. So I get it. You're like, taxation is theft. The seniors shouldn't have to pay it. They live in a society. I'm not Margaret Thatcher. Society? What is that? No, we live in a society. The reason seniors pay taxes is because the children have to go to school or whatever, right? They have to go to school, and property taxes are taxes on asset owners who are disproportionately wealthy, as opposed to sales taxes, which are consumption taxes that are regressive. And the reason seniors pay property taxes is because they have a responsibility to keep the schools open, the roads paved, the buses working. Why? Because children have to go to school. I don't know why. I really don't know. But for some reason, they have to go to school. I don't understand why. Okay? But they have to. And so the roads, the private sector can't do that. It has to be the government, even though they suck. Doesn't matter. If we're in this hell, we are in this hell together.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
Why are you exempt from paying property tax? But this just shows you that however nonsensical this is, because they're just going to raise the consumption taxes. This is going to get boomers to vote for her. This is how it works. I don't even understand why it's seniors. Seniors get senior discounts and shit. Let's continue. This is more of the campaign. You can see it's all goon bait. Who did this? I'm sure it was you, Nancy Mace. Can we be governor and sheriff? I'm up for it. Are you? South Carolina strong. And here she is in South Carolina. I don't even know what to say. If you vote for this woman, I don't like telling people how to vote, especially if I don't live there. But this woman is clearly a scammer. If you vote for this woman, you should be under arrest. Honestly, man, you should have your voting rights taken away. You have proven that you are not to be trusted with a motor vehicle. This level of narcissism, and all politicians are narcissists, but this is just, it's crazy. We can skip this. Crazy. Here we can see, as evidence beyond the visual, we saw that incident earlier where she got mad at the cop. Here was her excuse about it, okay?
Well, Congresswoman, the Charleston International Airport has concluded its internal investigation into an October incident where you were involved. Authorities alleged that you exhibited irate behavior while being escorted to an early morning flight. Now, Congresswoman, I know that you posted the video. I watched your video of you on the phone and then putting the phone down to screen your ticket and then walking on the flight. You say officials falsified much of a police report. What happened?
They did file a fictitious police incident report. Here's the thing, Maria. We have to take our security very seriously. If you're conservative, if you're well-known, if you have fought the transgender community like I have exponentially, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's public assassination, the death threats, the amount of political violence, the celebration of the killing of conservatives is deeply disturbing. I like Elon Musk said the other day, he can't go out in public because one mistake and you're dead. I had an incident just 3 weeks ago where I was in public. It was the last time I was in public, and I had someone that was a left.
Dude, this is like the stereotype of a lady. This is like a 1950s woman, am I right? Joke. Like, dude, I know talented women. I know women who are intelligent. This is not one of them. This is the dumbest, stupidest person. This is a dumb What are you talking about? Everything is me. I'm Nancy Mace. Me. You are pushing 50, bitch. You are old. No one cares. This reminds me, we don't really see this nowadays, but this is common knowledge in the Latin American community. We have this thing called piropos, which are basically cat calls. And when women get to a certain age, because when they're young, they're annoyed by them. They start going, I got to make sure I put on the makeup right today because I haven't gotten a cat call in a while. It means I'm slacking. In Venezuela, this was like a common joke. This is her, but she's doing it to all of us. You are pushing 50. Nancy Mace, you're not hot. I'm sorry. Anna Paulina Luna is younger than you. This is the same thing as, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Chuck Schumer is the most attractive guy in Congress. It wouldn't even make any fucking sense. What is this? This is a disservice to women. This is a disservice to Americans. This is a disservice to brunettes. This is a disservice. This is fundamentally wrong. This is wrong. Finally, she did these stupid little debate here last night. Look at what she's posting, man. I mean, just look at this. Immigration without assimilation equals, not even colon, invasion. And I guess some generic Muslims are burning the American flag, introducing the No Immigration Without Assimilation Act. If you hate America, you don't get to come here or stay here, period. Okay. Wow, badass woman, am I right? This is her last night at the debate. Let's listen to this here. This is redistricting. I thought this one was interesting. Did you know Pam Everett's company teaches DEI to other companies? You are literally a DEI hire from the Citadel, Nancy Mace. You are a DEI. There is nothing more DEI than Nancy Mace, actually. Look at this here. Look at this. This is her at the debate last night. And she's debating the guy, Rollin, whatever his name was, who she accused of running a snuff film empire with her ex-husband or fiance. We are at levels of idiocracy. Let's just watch.
Mace, you're directly referenced. You have 15 seconds.
I'm probably one of the poorest members of Congress. I sleep on my couch in my office in D.C., and I drive an American-made truck built in 2011, and I'm proud of it. And I wish I had 100,000 way back when I was very young, 20 years ago, right getting out of college. I didn't have 100K. My first job was a computer programmer making $35,000 a year.
Thank you.
I'm poor, vote for me. This woman is crazy, man. It is just freaking insane. Insane. Look, this is goon bait. Her whole campaign, this is clearly goon bait. Mace proposes ban on foreign-born lawmakers. Wow, that's definitely going to get passed. Calls for pause on new date. This is truly...
Crazy one tonight.
Let's see this here. Let's see some self-referential humor.
I'm sure
This was yesterday, Mr. Elu, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, 2 days ago. The debate for South Carolina.
y'all thought I was going to be the crazy one tonight. Turns out I'm not, actually. So, first of all, I want to say serving South Carolina has been the honor of my lifetime. And the gravity and the responsibility of leading our state into prosperity, being the #1 fastest growing state in the country. We have one of the fastest growing counties, not only in the state, but in the country. Also, I only have 2 speeds. It's 0 and go. And when I dropped out of school at the age of 17, my teacher mother and my retired general father said to me, if you're going to stop going to school, you got to start going to work.
Do you hear this? Me. It's all about me.
And that's when I took that job at the Waffle House on College Park Road. Denny's was a little too highbrow, and so I learned about the value of hard work. I'd eventually get my diploma. I would go on to the Citadel to become the first woman to graduate from there 26 years ago this month. That is a college campus where we don't burn the American flag. We salute it. In the wake of my father's passing, the gravity and the responsibility and my faith that has guided me through some very tough times will continue to guide me as governor. And I'm asking you to put me to work. I have 2 speeds. It's 0 and it's 100,000% for the people of South Carolina. I'm from here. My family's been here hundreds of years. I raised my children here, and I want to retire in the greatest state in the nation, the great state of South Carolina.
No, of course, if you remove property taxes for seniors, you're basically a senior. You're basically a senior. And so I got to tell you, man, normally these are funny, but like there's nothing interesting here. This is just, let's check her odds here on Polymarket. Let's see if the people of South Carolina are just as retarded as everyone else in this country. Alan Wilson, that would be poetic if he won. Down 5%. Nancy Mace at 10%. That's still pretty high. Dude, 10% chance? Are we serious here? Is anyone, let me see the top holders for Nancy Mace. Let me see how they're looking here. Lucky Charms down to 75. This lady needs to go away, man. This lady needs to go away. It's crazy. Hey, but maybe if she could, I don't think she can win. I really don't. But if you bet $1,000, she wins. You make 5,000. Isn't that crazy? That's what we mentioned. All right. That's enough. Crazy woman, man. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you got all your gooning done, ladies and gentlemen. The computer dude, I think that was like 15 years ago that she's saying that, which is a really good salary, $35K, especially somewhere like South Carolina. Can you imagine making $35K in South Carolina in like 2002? Jeez, dude, that's like the dream. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope that we all learned. I don't know what we learned here. Sometimes I end the show and it feels like that clip in Burn After Reading. So let me play that real quick. What did we learn here? What did we learn? Did we learn that there's nothing to copy from? Thank you, J Boss. I'm glad that you enjoyed. Thank. Just what did we learn? Let's watch here real quick. Hang on, because this is how I feel learning this. There's nothing you can really apply from the Nancy Mace thing. It's like an idiot that got lucky. She's like the Forrest Gump of America, or something of like. Let's watch.
Wait a minute. Where is the Treasury guy? Farrer?
Right now.
Right now.
He is in a detention room, Washington, Dulles.
Why?
He's trying to board a flight to Venezuela. We had his name on a hot list. CBP pulled him in. Don't know why he was trying to go to Venezuela.
You don't know?
No, sir.
We have no extradition with Venezuela.
Oh. So what should we do with him?
For fuck's sake, put him on the next flight to Venezuela.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, so the gym manager is dead.
Yes, sir.
The body is...
That's gone, sir.
Okay.
Let us skip to the portion here because they're recounting the whole plot of the movie.
If he wakes up, we'll worry about it then. Jesus, what a clusterfuck. So that's it then. No one else really knows anything. Okay. What?
There is the woman, the gym woman, Linda Litsky.
With?
She some, I know, surgery. Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
What did we learn, Palmer?
I don't know, sir.
I don't fucking know either. I guess we learned not to do it again.
Yes, sir.
I'm fucked if I know what we did.
Yes, sir. It's hard to say.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And that is what it feels like nowadays. It really does. What did we learn? I don't even know how you prevent another Nancy Mace. I don't know what you do. I think that's going on the sound. I don't know what you even do. What did we learn? Did we learn? She's not going to win her race. She's probably rich, even though she's lying about it. Can you copy this model? I don't think so. Do you have giant tits that are fake and you're willing to lie about your fiance running a snuff film ring? There's nothing that can be applied here. I'm not saying that it was useless, but I'm just saying, what was the point of this? But I mean, we're laughing at it, right? I mean, at least it's funny, but I don't know what the point of it was. All right, everyone, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But more importantly, please subscribe to Alex the Mechanic, who is a kind of very interesting channel. Never met the guy before. Maybe we should interview him one of these days. Who is like a total boomer shill. This one here he did today about how Gen Z is weak because they all want a participation trophy. Look at this mechanic. You wouldn't appreciate it because you want a participation trophy. You don't want to put in work. You don't want to do the right thing. I really don't understand what is wrong with my generation. I don't get it. The Zoomers, they don't appreciate anyone who puts in the work. We can see this a lot with who they support politically. You know, I support a self-made man like Donald Trump because he never had to borrow, he never had to ask anyone for anything, okay? He's a self-made man. But I remember a lot of people in my generation, the Zoomers, they were supporting Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has not done anything. She has shown no gumption. You know, she never built anything. To quote one of America's worst presidents, you didn't build that. You know, Barack Obama. That's who they support. They like this kind of easy ride, total communism, Zoran Mamdani crap. That's what they want as the president, as the mayor, as whatever. They are a sick bunch. And I just don't understand because at a certain point, you're not a 29-year-old teenager. I love the wisdom. Truly a genius, Alex the Mechanic. I can't believe how angry people got at me for the Thomas Massey one. Very funny. All right. Hispanic the Mechanic. Hispanic Mechanic should be in the bio. I agree. I might do that. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming, Mr. Elu. Mr. Elu, if you're here later in the week, join us, please. I want to talk about Indians because it seems like you guys are getting a lot of hate. I can't tell why it's going on. Alex the Mechanic should... Dude, no way. What is Alex the Mechanic stream? I thought about it and I was like, Alex the Mechanic is going to sit here and be like, I love President Trump. He's the greatest. There is no market segmentation or product differentiation, right? It's just like, what is he going to stream about? It's because no one does that anymore. What? Like Dan Bongino does that, I guess? He'd be Dan Bongino. That'd be funny, though, to do a stream as Alex the Mechanic. I love Donald Trump. This would be great. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Alex the Mechanic. If you want faith, family, and gumption. Great stuff. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right, guys. Good night.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. 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 Change the world.